Well, welcome back, and thank you so much for praying with us for the launch of this brand new life-giving church in Walker, Michigan later this fall. We just had our latest interest party this past Sunday, and it was another blast. I can't wait to share more of an update next week. I am connecting with all the new people who marked that they want to take a step towards being on our launch team this week coming out of Sunday. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you to those of you who are praying. Thank you to those of you who are investing your resources in this brand new thing that God is building. We literally could not have events like we just did on Sunday without you. And you may never meet those people. You may never hear their names or their stories. But without you, they would still feel like they're on the outside looking in of a life-giving local church. And you may only hear the stories once you get to the other side of eternity, but I'm telling you, I am so grateful for your faith and your generosity. And if you want to join us at all, we would love to partner with you. We're asking God to raise up 100 people to invest $100 a month for this next year to help us close the gap for the amount that we need to raise to continue to and finish launching Tribes Church. You can find our link to give on our website at tribeschurch.co. This week I want to take you to Psalm 37 verses 3 and 4. It says this. It says, "Trust in the Lord and do good, so you will live in the land and enjoy security. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart." If you wanted to, you could translate those two verses to mean a lot of different things. If we center our hearts on Jesus, if we really pursue him, what does God do? He gives us himself, the desire of our hearts. But I also want to extract it to the things, maybe even the pointless things that you care about. My dad passed in February of 2021, and later in November of 2021, our family found ourselves out in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area to attend a friend's wedding. We used it as an opportunity to tack on a little bit of time to explore Arizona since Mel or I had never been there. 2 of the days we snuck up north to Flagstaff and then went to the Grand Canyon National Park with the girls, drove back down to Scottsdale to chill a bit before we had to fly out later that week. And each morning, Mel and I would trade off who would get to go to Starbucks to do our devos while the other one watched the girls. The day that it was my turn, I was sitting there in Starbucks journaling and man, just reflecting on how good I felt about that week. I mean, the Grand Canyon was cool, but it was more than that. I felt fully alive, truly filled with joy. At that point, for the first time since my dad had passed, there was something about adventuring with our family, seeing a national park, doing it together that vividly sparked joy in my soul. It had no kingdom value, no eternal purpose. I just loved it. And I felt like God met me that morning over a cup of coffee and reiterated this fact. He said, "Evan, you're not my employee, you're my son. I actually care about the things that you love. I think they're valuable because of how dearly I value you." That day at Starbucks, I started a bucket list, and I've been adding to it ever since. It's not the most important part of my life, but it is a really fun part of my life. It's encouraged us to dream big. You want to know one of the things that I wrote down on that list in Starbucks in November of 2021? Plant a church. I don't know if I can overstate how grateful I am to you for helping make this dream come true. That this road has been rocky at times. There have been a lot of moments that Mel and I thought this whole thing would go up in flames, but through your prayers, through God's grace, we're starting to gain some holy momentum in Northwest Grand Rapids that you are helping make an eternal difference. So will you pray this week that people start to comprehend the fact that God loves them so much, he actually cares about the little things in their lives? And the same goes to you. God loves not just the spiritual parts of your life, he loves you. Even the parts of you that don't connect or add value to anything else, but you just love it and he loves you. And if you want to talk more about starting your own bucket list, hit me up. Reply to this text. I'd love to hear what is dreaming up in your heart and inspire you to dream big for your own life. Thank you so much for praying. We'll see you here next week.